Hello and welcome to another edition of the Eternal Journey and the Resolves, and here we are today. Looks like Aetherllama has had a brilliant idea and came up with sort of like a day one deck, so it might be a little bit late now, but I still think it's got some legs in. This is the sort of like brilliant idea and Clutch of Talons, Mask of Torment, Crystalline Chalice sort of deck. And it's actually kind of cool. We don't have many units, so we don't have many places to actually put the Clutch of Talons. But what we're trying to do is use our like display of knowledge, try and find us like one of our key relics. So the Crystalline Chalice or the Mask of Torment, when they're paired up with like the Auralian Camel, just digs you through your deck or generates you a bunch of power, and then you're just able to play like a Clutch of Talons for like 25 powers in the air, or just like draw a bunch of cards, a brilliant idea, and just bury your opponent. So we're just going to jump into the ladder and sort of see what it can do. Not much to say about it. There's no really spicy meatballs apart from like the general idea of the deck, so let's get onto that ladder. Okay, so on the draw, can't play our spells, so just easy redraw there. And this is, don't think it's worth mulliganing because we do it at Crest and we are on the draw as well. So we should well find our third power. If we find our third power finds our fourth because we've got like Auralian Merchant and Wisdom of the Elders. So I think we will actually keep this. The Crest of Cunning should probably just bottom anything that either isn't a time source, but I'd be willing to keep a non-time source just because we'd be able to Wisdom the Elders then. Okay, so we've got the Auralian Cargo, so we're looking pretty good here. Then against Proxys, what's our market that makes us want to go multiple times? There's not too much really. Yeah, we've got enough power generation. I don't think we need to go on the market like millions of times, so I will bottom Merchant there. I think it is only the Auralian Merchants are actually in this deck though. Now, I should have to try and figure out, is this faction pairing Auralian? So yeah, take the time sigil. Let's just still play the Primal, no reason not to. Then I propose like play some Camels and then a Mask of Torment. That seems like a pretty good plan. Our opponent is playing Praxis, but they've not played any plays yet, so I'm going to assume that they're like a bigger, more mid-range version of Praxis, going to be playing stuff like, okay, so with the Xeon Obelisk, looks like they might have mulliganed, we just didn't notice, and actually a Praxis tokens deck with just like a really stinky draw. So let's just play Auralian, the Amaran Camel, not the Auralian Camel. Then pause like not block here next turn, then just make our Mask of Torment and hopefully just be able to go much bigger than whatever our opponent's doing. Because when you get like camels into play with this, you will generate a lot of power actually. Okay, so torching our thing, that's sort of fine. I mean, we're blocking anyway, so they could have just got the damage through, but let's just Yes, play Mask out first, because then next turn we can just play the Camel and go and fetch with the Auralian Cargo. Probably going to go and fetch the Shadow Source actually, just so we can follow up with a Vara. But yeah, looks like our opponent's had like a real stinky time here. So it goes upon power. We do have to be mindful now that we are sort of like pricing the blocking, but I'm not even sure if we are, because like we've got some draw spells. We're going to just like go absolutely ham in terms of power, so might block, might not block. I'll block the 2-2. I promise to rally, that's fine. What most display of knowledge have? This is sort of like spicy for me. Okay, so this is sort of like a combo with established here. Everything doesn't really cost 2 more when you got Camels and Mask in play. So let's have a look. We can just go and get Disjunction really, can't we? So let's seek power, just go and grab our Shadow Source. This will turn our little cargo things into something else. I suppose I don't want like a million cost Temple Scribe. We'll get it back later. Let's get Disjunction. Don't really need it quite yet. But I think we're in the point, we can just play Vara. It's probably fine. We're at 13 power, so we can, like, I don't know. I think we're just sort of playing with our food at this point. Looks like we're absolutely being demolished, but I think we're actually in pretty good shape. So maybe our opponent is really looking into play like a second obelisk here. That's why they don't want to sacrifice their power source. Yeah. So maybe this is actually quite important. So what can we get here? So we can do quite a bunch of different things. Let's start off by just boshing this disciplinary weights. It's a bit of a nuisance, but let's just get rid of it. So we can actually attack with Vara and give a quick draw. That's sort of a little bit spicy, but we're just going to Wisdom. Get to still gain some more powers just because of this. Let's contraband it up. Just get to have some fun now. Don't think we're ever going to get hit by our opponent again. Heirloom Seeker. I mean, that's sort of a combo with a Chalice, but I think we'll just take Crystallize. Just that should be pretty good for us. And then I suspect we can just go and get the Auralian Merchant here. We don't need power anymore. And what do we get? I do like Azendale Revealed. That seems good. Let's just get that. Then again, we're 25 lives, so you have no reason to block or anything like that. We could have Disjunction just killed our opponent's Obelisk, but I think we're just going to go so far ahead. Yeah, opponent's giving up. We're at like 20 power. We've got Azendale coming up and Crystallize that. Our opponent's probably just like in the soft lock at that point. Okay, so let's take a look at this hand, and actually I think this might be okay. It's effectively like 4 power with something to be able to draw us into like a mask. And we've got like a brilliant idea which lets us pay off with that mask. Don't have any ways to gain lives yet, but well, we're on the play and we've got 2 crests, so we should be able to find something. Seek Parry, obviously, just going to go and grab the Shadow Source. So I'm not sure if this avatar is actually better than the Nikto one, but I'm looking forward to Dead Reckoning, Horus Travers campaign, hoping that we do get a premium Tavrod avatar, because probably just be using that forever. Time Sigil, I think we'll bottom this, just want to find something that actually does something. I think our opponent is a little bit of a snoozer. Okay, back in the room, cool. So Praxis could be tokens, could be mid-range, could be some sort of free faction monstrosity. But Auralian Cargo, don't think I actually want that. Just go grab a Shadow Sigil. I'd rather just have something that was actually in our deck on purpose rather than like the random card. Generally prefer the Cargo when I've got a... Yeah, cool. So we're going to set up the Aegis here as well. Do you prefer the Cargo in play when we've got the Camel in play, just because that means we've got a cheap way of just gaining life, and we've got masks in play. Like life equals power. Okay, so it's probably some sort of like weirdo Howling Peak deck, it turns out to be. Could count this. No, can't count this. But one count it anyway. Would probably just be going to grab our... Yes, we're going to go and grab a mask, don't we? Don't think these play bar in the market, but they could. Generally, you need to be very careful when you play the spell, because if you point like the wrong place, you're just going to do something weird. And we'll go and grab them. Actually, we could grab a Chalice. Chalice could be pretty good, because then we're able to do something with Temple Scribe. But I think we probably just want to go big and then just like get to 8 power, get to draw 4 cards, and that should be able to put us in a good spot against most decks there. But let's grab a Cobalt Waystone. You might want to hear my dog messing around, sneezing for some reason. Just, dogs are weird. So you lose one noise problem, just gain another one. So the new computer's silent, even though it's sort of been running, downloading like my entire Steam library over the past 24 hours. But so do we want the power? Or do we want the rando thing? And actually, I think we want the power, and that's basically just because that'll set us up to like definitely be enough power next turn. Let's go to 6 and then we'll go to 7. And next turn will be enough power to draw 2. The one thing we do to be mindful of is that the charm that our opponent has is able to counter spells. Oh yeah, just going to annihilate my thing. It's definitely smart passing there. Sort of hoping that our opponent just like lands something so we're just able to draw 4. Because getting this countered by like the charm that they've got, I don't really even know all the spells yet. Did they play one of the things? No. If they played one like with the contraband, I'll be able to figure out what it's called. It's like Genev or something. Not sure. It's going to take some getting used to for the new names. Okay, so they're a show deck, so pretty happy with this Annihilate, because that's going to make their 7-drop look silly. It's us who is, in fact, the smart and Finn. With the brilliant idea. Still trying to figure out how to actually do these Amplify cards is something else, but draw 4 seems cool. And then Wall Power on for 1 because, you know, we mean business. Ooh, not the best draw, I'll be honest. Probably could do if a merchant just be able to like trade away some of this power because we just got millions of it. Yeah, Moondow's probably good for that. We don't have to be mindful that our opponent's probably got access to Bar realistically. Hopefully they've not. They've just got like Caleb's choice. They're just trying to be a little bit cheap on their interaction, or rather trying to make it a little bit more versatile. So peak is something that can happen next turn because our opponent's sort of like missed and depleted power. Don't think we've got any actual counters, well, negates. We've got Rindra's Choice, which negates like multiple faction spells, but we don't have anything for a single faction, so Bar could be a problem. So all that Wisdom the Elders just keep drawing a opponent. I'm pretty sure they've drawn better than us. So Display of Knowledge is good. So it's just Wall Power Promo for 1. You know, let them know we mean business. So they've got some sort of fast spell here. So 3, 4, the 2. I'll put up to 7, 9 there. To think about where to play Crest, because if we don't play Crest, we have 9 power, and that lets us do display plus like we'll just try if we need it, and the Vara. I think yeah, because we are just going to like tutor. I can probably let myself off with not needing to play Crest because we're gonna have a play next turn anyway. We do kill our own face Aegis, but if our opponent's plan of killing our relic was like a single shot thing, it doesn't really matter. And if it was, well, if it was a bar actually, it wouldn't really matter because they could just play it twice. So, okay, so Hailstorm 1, we've got 2 Hailstorms here. Torch. So unfortunately, there's nothing we can actually do about that. We just have to like late resolve, which is sort of visual. So now, because we're out of power, I think I'm gonna go and get a right there. I'm gonna go and get a Crystalline Chalice. Just because, like, if we do anything small, I'll be able to straight away do it. Not going to play the Camel quite yet. Got some value here. Okay, cool. So, yeah, so let's keep all the Clutcher Talons, all of them. So we do lose 3 power from Mask of Torment, but it's not the end of the world. That we should still be able to like make a reasonable clutch. Can't really do. Oh no. I mean, that's good for us. Okay, that's even better for us. Our opponent's got Jet of Merchant, which means they don't have access to like multiple bar effects. Also want the game, but we're just about to make a 5/5 flyer and like a bunch of friends. So this costs 4. This is basically like what's it called? Like Sword of Unity, but for sort of memers. So, surprise, etc., etc. Where do we make how many we want? I want all of them. Oh, there we go. Still trying to figure out like the UI for this. It just sort of seems absurd. Yep, just like 25 power will do. Also, because this isn't like spellcraft, it's just like happens. That's pretty good as well because it means you just can't counter it. Like, I mean, you usually. It felt pretty like you weren't really doing anything if you're actually countering a spellcraft previously, because most of the weapons were just that had spellcraft on were pretty busted, like Sword of Unity, so it didn't really matter. But Clutch of Talons and then doing the same thing next turn is pretty good. Just I'm happy to kill one of them. Like, you're dead in the air anyway. Mullight Makova. Oh no. Just do it again. We kill our opponent anyway. Or we just have to kill this. I mean, we've got 20 power, I suppose we'll just do it like the proper way. Hailstorm, pop Aegis. Rindra's choice. 20 U. Well, big fan of the dragons, I guess. Okay, well, the older Crystalline Chalice, Vara, Vengeance Seeker, quite the combination. Also, just like no second shadow star, so probably just going to redraw that. And this actually seems fine. I've got like merchants to be able to find stuff to do, so probably going to go find a mask to start off with. If we're not playing against a fire deck or playing against something a little bit dirtly, might go and grab something like a Moon Dial. Actually, because we've got so many, I've got to mute our opponent because they mess around with the totems. Oh no, Grandin Jones in Ricano. Could be up to anything. What's my dog up to? Come on. Don't behave now. So what do we want against our opponents? Perhaps Mask, make stuff go big, and then make an Azendel and draw some cards. That sounds like a good plan. So let's get a Crest of Wisdom down. Time Sigil can bottom. Grab just like draw meaningful stuff, and we will grab second Shadow Source. Okay, so playing against the Ricano Grenadins, it looks like, which is quite a strategy actually. So we do need a third Primal, but both our Crest already supply that, so let's grab a Mask. Got some dog downstairs if he carries on. He's up to something. Just like sniffing stuff. Like, why are dogs so weird? Like kids but with no filters. Actually, pretty happy to have my new computer. Means I can probably like try doing some other stuff, which is something I want to do anyway. Obviously, Eternals is going to be like the 99% of what the channel's about, but is this block suspicious? Sort of is. Like 1 point probably doesn't matter because I just don't want to block the 2-1. Rats. Forever punished. Well, let's make Mask of Torment. Then next time, if we could just like make a dragon, that's probably just like my plan. Mask of Torment again. We've got up to 7, so we can actually do that. Yeah, we'll do that. That gets us nice and big, and then we can just make like more dragons a turn after instead. So I'll like block the 2-1 now because I don't really mind. I do mind for like any spell does deal more damage because of the coastal, but now we don't have a thing to play with. So I'm curious what our opponent's actually up to though. Okay, so I think we might be out of this one. So Crest first, just to see what's going on. Crystalline Challenge probably ain't it, so let's just bottom that. This brings us up to 8. So get Azendel, hope we don't die this turn. Then play this and hopefully stabilize with it. Then if that sticks around, we could just like put a big clutch of Talons on it and just like attack in. Draw some cards and then hopefully play from our opponent. Seems like I got a bunch of cheap stuff, so if we're able to hit something like one of their Grandin Jones, and we're able to just like play the cheap stuff to be able to sort of stabilize the board. Of course, this all gets sort of like undone by a single Vanquish. So I suppose we're again just like blocking a 2-1. Just don't want to die to rally. I mean, we die to rally anyway because it kills our merchant, but. So we're at 6 and we can block 4 things next turn. So I'm hoping they're not playing Inquisitor's Blade. Like, Nikki, you're gonna have to like go, man. I'm trying to record.
Okay, come on.
Go on. Okay, so lost a little bit of recording, just trying to sort the dog out, which is perfect. Just exactly what I do when you're just being absolutely destroyed on the battlefield. So let's play Azendel. A little bit suspicious about this actually stabilising us, but we'll try our little best. I think any sort of spell that kills us, Underplate Power plus Inquisitor's Blade definitely does it, just because of the little Coastal Battle Mage or the Red Canyon Smuggler. Although even putting one of these two ones would probably do it. But from the players, just like block some stuff, survive. Azendel reveals, lives, like make a dragon. Avi Graft. Yep, we are well and truly dead. So I'll scoop this one up and move on to the next one. Okay, so probably the last game here. I'm going to move on to something a little bit more assertive after this. So this hand, I mean, sort of just have everything because it's got like, two tutors and sort of random card generator, which will actually give us like the underplayed whenever we need it. So it's a slow hand, but I'll keep it. If you're playing against some sort of mid-rangey, soupy nonsense, it's probably good because we just get to get our mask. Okay, so as you put Crest, okay, well. Hailstorm probably going to be medium, but that's Crest Cunning here. Yeah, I know that's probably okay. That should stem the bleeding a little bit if our opponent is playing something more assertive. So I know of the Faithful, so they're playing Paladins. Oh, not sure how I feel about that because I'm not sure if that's actually like good or not. Let's just play Crest here, so we've got on top. And Shadow Sigil's probably good. I think we just want some underplate powers actually, so let's just go and grab a Primal, just like whatever really, just make sure we've got like at least 2 turns of underplate powers here. So just going in with the Unknown of the Faithful here. Okay, well let's have a see what we want. I want my Mask of Torment, just getting that like off the ground. So assuming our unit doesn't die, so I probably don't need Crest of Mystery. Let's just go and grab a Mask of Torment. I do want like the underplate power just because if everyone just like kills this somehow or like silences it, we just feel super silly. Ouch. So enemy shadow spells and curses can't play directly on Reyna. So Reyna is a bit of a problem there actually. So let's have a little scout. Rindra's choice. Still not doing very much. We'll just Mask Torment here. So, actually, what can we do about this here? I suppose just like blocking the 3/5 and just like taking our beats. Like, this attack's not super suspicious because like there's no reason not to attack with the lifesteal because you have to gain lives. But we are dead in pretty short order to this Reyna. So can't really do too much. So I suppose it's just like time to Crest. Double Hailstorm doesn't do it just because our opponent's unit is a 7/8. So I think I'll Hailstorm just to kill a merchant. Then I guess turn this into a 2/4. Not quite what we're looking for though. So Burglarize is probably enough. Yeah, it's just like let's just end it all. So this deck seems fine, but there's some weird things that we're going to struggle against, which is like aggressive decks and also just like Reign of the Unwavering. It's like protection from shadow. I'm supposed to kill it. I suppose I'll just vanquish it, but not in this deck. Okay, so there we have it. Fairly even like 2/2. Deck actually seems pretty interesting and cool. This was a day 1 deck, so it's not exactly 100% tuned and all that sort of stuff, but definitely see where they're going with like the brilliant idea just being powerful. I think this is probably scales a lot better than Channel just because you're just going to draw so much more cards. But overall, deck's cool. I'm very happy just to see more tutors, just because like Display of Knowledge is sweet. Because now we can just like grab these masculine chalices, just be so much more consistent. Because along with the merchants, we've just got so many ways of just having it on 4, and then hopefully being able to capitalize from there. So anyway, I bet that resolves. Thanks for watching. I'll see you around.